Welcome, high-value men. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're chasing all the wrong things to impress women, whether it's wealth, looks, or status, only to realize it gets you nowhere? Today, I'm here to tell you that everything you thought you knew about how women get attached is probably wrong. We're going to dive deep into what truly makes women form emotional bonds. Forget the cliches about chemistry or proving your worth. This isn't about tactics or playing games, it's about understanding a fundamental truth about female nature and attraction. But before we get started, let me make one thing clear. The knowledge I'm about to share isn't for manipulation. It's for those who want to build genuine, meaningful connections. So if that's you, stay with me. And hey, if you find value in this, don't forget to subscribe to the Stoic Golden Rule. Let's build a community of men who lead with purpose and authenticity. Now let's get into it. Number 1. The lies society tells men about attraction. Let's get real about the myths surrounding attraction. Society tells you that you need to check all these boxes to be desirable. Be rich, have six-pack abs, drive a fancy car, and boom, women will fall at your feet. But here's the harsh truth. None of that guarantees anything. The world convinces you that attraction is about ticking off achievements, being high value on paper. They say, once you have the perfect job, the perfect body, the perfect lifestyle, then you'll finally feel free to live how you want, talk how you want, and approach whoever you want. But that's a lie. No amount of external success will ever give you the internal confidence to be yourself. You'll always feel like you're chasing something, validation, admiration, or approval. And here's the kicker. Women can sense that. They know when a man is trying to prove himself, and it's a massive turnoff. Think about this. If you're hustling to get validation from others, is it really for you, or are you living for someone else's approval? Now let me ask you this. How many times have you met a guy who seems to have it all? Money, looks, status, but still lacks that magnetic pull that makes people want to be around him? That's because confidence doesn't come from the external. It comes from how you see yourself and how you live your life. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men walk into a room. The first guy is polished, dressed to impress, clearly wealthy. The second guy, maybe his shirt isn't ironed and he's not trying to stand out. Yet somehow, he commands the room with his presence. He's relaxed, confident, and doesn't care what anyone thinks. Women notice him, not because of what he has, but because of how he carries himself. Here's the takeaway. Society wants you to believe attraction is about having the right checklist. But real attraction isn't about chasing validation. It's about embodying confidence, purpose, and authenticity. That's what separates high-value men from everyone else. Number 2. The secret to attachment, discrepancy in value. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't fall in love because of compatibility, chemistry, or even mutual respect. Those are secondary. The real driver of attachment is something most men overlook, a discrepancy in value. Let me break it down. When a woman perceives a man's value as higher than hers, it creates an emotional pull she can't ignore. This isn't about comparing bank accounts or physical looks. It's about how she feels when she's around you. Does she see you as someone she can look up to, someone who challenges her, someone she feels lucky to be with? Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you're at a party. There's one guy who's obviously wealthy, well-dressed, and ticking all the external boxes. But there's another guy who doesn't say much. He's calm, confident, and every word he says carries weight. The room naturally gravitates toward him. Why? Because his value is projected through his presence, not his possessions. Women are incredibly perceptive. They don't just look at what you have, they feel the energy you bring. If you exude confidence, purpose, and authenticity, they'll see you as the kind of man who stands out from the rest. This discrepancy in value doesn't mean you need to act superior or arrogant. It means you need to embody qualities that make you irreplaceable in her eyes. Confidence without arrogance, leadership without control, purpose without neediness. Here's the thing. When you try too hard to impress, you lose that frame of value. The moment you start chasing her approval, you flip the dynamic. Instead of her looking up to you, she starts to feel like you're seeking her validation. And once that happens, the attraction fades. The key is to focus on becoming the man who doesn't need to prove himself. Let her see your value through your actions, your mindset, and your ability to lead your own life. That's what creates a magnetic pull she can't resist. Number 3, how women perceive status. Most men think of status as something tangible, money, job title, or even physical appearance. But here's the catch. Women perceive status differently. It's not about what you have, but about how others respond to you. For women, status is deeply tied to social proof. It's about how you're judged in the collective eyes of the people around you. Are you respected? Do others listen when you speak? Do you have a presence that commands attention without trying too hard? Here's a scenario. Imagine you're at a social gathering. There's one guy who seems desperate to show off, bragging about his job, his car, or his achievements. Then there's another guy who's calm, collected, and doesn't feel the need to say much. He lets his actions and presence do the talking. Women notice the second guy, not because he's flaunting what he has, but because others naturally respect him. Now, here's something most men miss. Being desired by other women amplifies your status in a woman's eyes. This isn't about playing games or making her jealous. It's about showing that you're someone other people admire. When she sees that other women are interested in you, it signals to her that you're a high-value man. But here's the thing. Status isn't just about external validation. It's also about how you carry yourself. Are you confident in who you are, regardless of the situation? Do you walk into a room like you belong there, or do you second-guess yourself? Women are incredibly intuitive. They can sense when a man is trying too hard or when he's genuinely comfortable in his own skin. If you're constantly looking for approval, whether it's from her or anyone else, you're giving away your power. The lesson here is simple. Focus on building your internal confidence and let your actions speak for themselves. Status isn't something you declare, it's something you embody. When you live authentically and with purpose, women will naturally see you as the man who stands out from the rest. Number 4, the danger of over-attachment. Let's address something critical: over-attachment. This is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect and interest. The moment a woman feels that you're overly attached or dependent on her, the dynamic shifts. She starts to see you not as a strong, independent man, but as someone who relies too much on her validation. And when that happens, attraction fades. Here's the thing. Women want a man they can admire, someone who stands on his own 2 feet. When you become too focused on her, constantly texting, calling, or adjusting your life around her, you're sending a clear message: I need you to feel whole. That kind of energy is a major turnoff. Think about it. Have you ever had someone cling to you so much that it started to feel suffocating? That's exactly how she feels when you're over-attached. It's not about how much you like her. It's about how you balance your life. The truth is, high-value men don't chase. They attract by staying focused on their purpose. When you have a clear sense of direction, you don't have time to obsess over anyone else. And that independence is magnetic. Here's the lesson. Don't make her the center of your world. Make yourself the center. Focus on your goals, your passions, and your growth. When you do that, not only will you maintain her interest, but you'll also keep your own sense of self intact. Remember, a man who knows his value doesn't need to cling to anyone. Number 5, building internal confidence. Now let's dive into what truly sets high-value men apart: internal confidence. This is the foundation of everything. Without it, no amount of money, looks, or status will ever make you feel secure. Here's a hard truth. Most men chase external markers of success because they think it will fix what they feel inside. They believe, if I have a six-pack, I'll be confident, or if I make $1 million, women will respect me. But here's the catch. External achievements don't fix internal insecurities. Think about this. If I handed you $5 million, gave you model-like looks, and made you famous overnight, would you suddenly feel confident? Maybe for a moment. But deep down, if you're not comfortable with who you are, you'll still feel the same doubts and insecurities. Internal confidence isn't about what you have, it's about how you see yourself. It's waking up every day knowing your value isn't determined by anyone else's opinion. It's being okay with your flaws and focusing on what truly matters to you. Here's an example. You see a man walk into a room. He's not the tallest, not the fittest, and he's not wearing designer clothes, but something about him stands out. He walks with purpose. His voice carries authority. He doesn't look around for approval. He already knows he belongs there. That's internal confidence, and women find it irresistible. Building this kind of confidence takes time, but it starts with one simple question. Am I living for myself or for someone else? If your actions are driven by a need to impress, you're giving away your power. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Not for her, not for anyone else, but for you. When you truly embrace who you are, flaws and all, you stop caring about external validation. And that's when people, including women, start noticing. Because a man who's confident in himself is a man who doesn't need to prove anything. Number 6, why authenticity is magnetic. Let's talk about authenticity, one of the most overlooked yet powerful traits a man can have. Authenticity is magnetic because it's rare. Most people spend their lives pretending to be someone they're not, trying to fit into molds they think others will admire. But here's the thing, women can sense when you're faking it. When you're authentic, you stand out. Why? Because you're not chasing approval. You're comfortable with who you are, and that kind of confidence is impossible to ignore. Think about this. Have you ever been around someone who's unapologetically themselves? They don't try to impress, they don't follow trends, they're just real. And you find yourself drawn to them, right? That's the effect authenticity has. It's refreshing in a world full of pretenders. Now let me ask you, are you living for yourself, or are you trying to fit into what society says you should be? Are you working on your goals because they truly matter to you, or because you think they'll make you more attractive? Here's the truth. If you're not authentic, you'll always feel out of place. Women notice when a man isn't genuine, and it's a major turnoff. Pretending to be someone you're not is exhausting, and it never works long-term. The good news? Authenticity isn't about perfection. It's about being honest, about what you want, who you are, and where you're going. When you embrace that, you stop caring about what others think, and that's when you truly become magnetic. Remember, women aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for a man who's real, grounded, and confident in his own skin. That's the kind of energy that draws people in and keeps them there. Number 7, redefining attraction, connection over lust. Let's redefine what attraction really means. Most men think attraction is about impressing a woman enough to get her to the next step, whether it's a date, intimacy, or even just her attention. But that mindset is the exact reason why so many men fail. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't about chasing lust, it's about creating a connection. And the strongest connections are built when you're fully present in the moment, not rushing to the next goal. Think about this. Have you ever been on a date where the other person seemed distracted, like they were mentally somewhere else? How did it make you feel? Probably unimportant or even invisible. That's exactly how a woman feels when you're focused on the outcome instead of the moment. Here's what high-value men do differently. They slow down. They listen. They enjoy the moment without worrying about what's next. When you're calm, grounded, and genuinely engaged, it shows her that you're confident enough to let things unfold naturally. This doesn't mean you're not interested. It means you're not desperate. Women notice the difference. When you're too focused on trying to impress or get to the next step, it feels transactional. But when you're simply enjoying the moment, it feels real. Imagine this. You're having a drink with a woman, and instead of trying to steer the conversation towards compliments or jokes, you just let it flow. You ask her about her day, you comment on something interesting about the setting, and you genuinely listen to her responses. That's when she starts to feel safe, understood, and connected. Here's the takeaway. Stop trying to win her over. Instead, focus on creating a genuine connection. When you're present and grounded, she feels it, and that's when real attraction begins. Not from lust, but from mutual respect and understanding. Number 8, embrace your masculinity without apologies. Let's talk about embracing your masculinity, unapologetically. In today's world, a lot of men feel like they have to tone down who they are. They're told to be more agreeable, less assertive, and to avoid being too much. But here's the truth. Women are drawn to men who are confident in their masculine energy. Masculinity isn't about dominance or control. It's about stability, purpose, and direction. It's about being the rock in a storm, the person who stands firm when the world is chaotic. And here's the thing. When you fully embrace who you are, Without apologizing for it, it's incredibly attractive. Think about it. A man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it stands out. He doesn't seek approval for his choices because he knows his value. Women notice that energy because it's rare and it's magnetic. Now, I'm not saying you should be arrogant or dismissive of others. True masculinity is about balance. It's about leading with confidence while respecting the people around you. It's about being assertive without being aggressive. Here's an example. Imagine a man who walks into a room and instantly commands attention, not because he's loud or flashy, but because of the way he carries himself. He's calm, he's focused, and he moves with purpose. That's the kind of masculinity women respect and admire. The key here is to stop apologizing for who you are. Stop feeling like you need to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Be assertive about your goals, your values, and your vision for life. When you live authentically and with purpose, the right people, including women, will naturally be drawn to you. So here's the takeaway. Embrace your masculinity. Lead with confidence, live with purpose, and never apologize for being the man you are. All right, let's bring it all together. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. High-value men don't chase, they attract. They don't seek validation because they already know their worth. And that's the energy that draws people, including women, to them. We've talked about breaking free from society's lies, building internal confidence, and redefining attraction as connection, not lust. We've explored the power of authenticity, the importance of presence, and embracing your masculinity unapologetically. But here's the thing. None of this works if you don't truly believe in yourself. Confidence, purpose, and authenticity aren't things you fake. They come from doing the hard work, knowing your values, and living by them every single day. So my challenge to you is simple. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Focus on your growth, your goals, and your peace of mind. When you build yourself for yourself, not for anyone else, you'll notice how the world and the women in it respond to you differently. If this resonated with you, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the Stoic Golden Rule. Let's keep building a community of men who live with purpose, confidence, and authenticity. See you in the next one.